appear that His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Prince William's, well, basically failure to do this is making Prince Harry froth at the mouth. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you today. And as ever, thank you so much for joining me. By the way, did you realise, and now cast your mind back to this, on this day, a big success, well, literally exploded on Broadway. Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Sound of Music, yes, in 1959, broke box office records. It's a strange thing, isn't it, when you think about The Sound of Music, because when you look at the subject matter on paper, it doesn't necessarily, be the burning thing that you would want to go and see a musical for. As you know, a few years down the line, in 1965, 58 years ago, can you imagine? Julie Andrews and the brilliant Christopher Plummer made a movie history with their own, and even to this day is still a phenomenal favourite, always rates well on television and still rental now. So you can just see whoever came up with that idea must have been very clever and mightily rich. Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. Well, Prince William, as you can imagine, has now crafted his brand new life. He knows exactly what he wants to do. And most of the time, it certainly does not include or being bothered by the former royals known as Meghan and Harry, residing out in Montecito, and more importantly, having a different lifestyle. There's no two ways about it. What I find fascinating about this particular situation, though, is that Harry is very petulant. The bottom line is he really does not understand why people have now decided to remove themselves away from him on a bigger scale. And according to a very well-placed source, forget the public apology from His Majesty the King and Queen Camilla, which both Harry and Meghan would like to see before they even bother gracing these shores once again, together that is, alongside their children that we never see. Well, what's interesting here is that Harry wants Prince William to actually take the time out to read his book Spare, and more importantly, watch the docu-series that was so successful for the Sussexes on Netflix. The reason being, before they even meet, he feels that William would have a greater understanding of the trauma and, of course, the terrible situation and times that he went through on a personal level, which will make it easier and more willing, of course, to forgive, forget, and perhaps reconcile. This is from a very well-placed source. Now, as one can imagine, Prince William, incredibly busy man, knows the story. Let's not forget they lived it together. And obviously, whatever the revised versions are in Spare, which many now people know because, of course, they've been blown out of the water, particularly the stories about Princess Diana, well, it's very hurtful too to basically say to William, you need to look at my version, my side of events. They had many years together, which were openly discussed. I've been told by a very good source that Prince William did his very best to help Prince Harry through very difficult times. But consequently, when Meghan came along, all of that was cut off. No two ways about it. Now, if Harry wants to get in touch with William, there is a bit of a block because there seemingly is no contact at all now. But William has no plans whatsoever to sit down and read Spare, and more importantly, watch a soap opera docu-series on Netflix detailing a life that he truly lived. What he would like to see is the return back of his old brother. When I mean old brother, the Harry that he remembers, loved and admired, particularly the army years, and be welcomed back into the family. There's just one obstacle in the way. Can you imagine what that is? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.